What's good, YouTube peeps and barbecue freaks? Thank you guys for joining me today. Today's video, I am going to be trying out a new rub. I'm going to be reviewing a new rub. This rub is from Small and Swine Barbecue. Ken, the owner and creator of this rub, reached out to me and asked me if I'd be interested in trying it out. And I told him definitely. Ken is a veteran, a Army veteran, and a Marine veteran. And you know, anytime that I can do anything to help out veterans, I'm 100% for it. So I told him, you know, definitely send it out to me. So we're gonna use this rub, and he actually has a few here. I'll show you these here. This is his steak and chop rub. Now, none of these are rubs that I've tried just yet on meats. I've tried them out of a container and they taste great. So this steak and chop rub tasted really good. And he has a SPG rub as well. Again, right out of the container, it tasted really good. But the one that I'm going to use is his rib rub right here. I've got a rack of St. Louis ribs. Now, I'm not going to focus a whole lot on the ribs and the cook. I've already trimmed up the ribs. I'm probably going to throw them on my Traeger, but you could cook them on whatever pit you want. I'm mainly focusing on this rub. And, you know, like what kind of color does it give the ribs and what it tastes like. So you cook on whatever you like. I'm going to fire up the Traeger just because it's easier for me today. So I got the ribs trimmed up. We're going to get them seasoned up. I'll show you what that looks like. And we're going to let them sweat in, see what that looks like, and then get them on the smoker. This rub out of the bottle, I'm really digging so far. I truly like it. I think it's going to go great on these pork ribs. Let's get started. All right, so I got the rack of ribs here. Again, I've already trimmed them up. I did remove the membrane on the back, and I did go ahead and season the back already. So I'm just going to take this rib rub here and go right on top. Now, you can use a binder if you like. I am not going to use a binder because the number one ingredient in this rub is salt. And I think it was Chris over at East Wind Farms who was in town recently. We got to hang out and we were talking about binders and on meats and stuff like that. And my opinion is, I mean, you can use whatever binder you like. Worcestershire, oil, butter, whatever, mustard, but I think if a rub is high in salt, I don't think you need a binder. And if you look here, the first ingredient listed is salt. And the reason I say that is because that salt is gonna help this rub sweat in pretty quickly. So if you're using a rub that is low in sodium, you know, you might want to use a binder to kind of help it stick and sweat in quicker. If it's high in salt, like this one, again, the first ingredient is salt, I'm not going to use a binder for that. So that's why I'm not going with the binder. So we'll get these, or we'll get this rack rubbed down just like that. I'm gonna let it sit in, and I'm actually gonna see how quick it takes to sweat in. Again, that's another indication of, you know, just how much sodium is in this rub, in my opinion. So that's something that I'm going to pay attention to. But got them rubbed down. We're going to let them sit for, I don't know, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, however long it takes for that rub to sweat in. And then we'll get them on the Traeger. All right, you guys, this rub has already started to sweat in pretty good. And just kind of what I thought would happen is, I mean, it's only been like 5 minutes since I added the rub to the ribs. So you can see, you know, with salt being the number one ingredient, how quick it sets into the rub. This is why if I'm using a rub that's high in sodium, high in salt, I usually will not use a binder because I already know that salt is going to sweat in really quickly. Again, I just got done seasoning these ribs, this rack, maybe 5 minutes ago. You can already see. So I'm really excited about that. That didn't take long. I got the Traeger fired up. We'll get these on in just a bit. All right, ribs are on. Beautiful. beautiful, beautiful color. Good gosh almighty. I'm really digging that. I'm loving this rub so far. So got the ribs on. We'll let it go. And I'm probably going to spritz about the 1 hour mark. And then we'll probably let it run for about 2.5 hours at 250 degrees. Again, I'm not going to focus a whole lot on the cook. I am more worried about the rub, but this is what it looks like. All right, you guys, we're 2 hours in. This is what they look like. I started spritzing at the 1 hour mark. So I spritzed them probably about 2 or 3 times already. But we got some nice color. I'll let them go probably for another 30, 45 minutes, and then we'll probably wrap them at that point. All right, you guys, so these ribs have been going for 2.5 hours. We've got some amazing color on these ribs. And that bark is set. So what I've done is, and just FYI, I've been cooking these on the Traeger at 250 degrees. But again, cook on whatever you want to cook on. Cook at whatever temperature you want to, cook at whatever temperature you like to cook at. But for this one, 250 degrees on the Traeger. So what I've done is I've taken one stick of butter and just kind of sliced it up, laid it down, and then I just hit it with some more of this Swine barbecue rib rub right here. And I'm gonna put that right over the top of the butter and rub. I'm gonna wrap it up, put it back on the Traeger and let it go for another, probably gonna let it go for another 45 minutes. I'll check it then, 45 minutes to an hour. But that's the plan for right now. So I'm gonna wrap it up, back on the Traeger. I'll check it in 45 minutes, but it may need to go another hour. We're getting a little bit of pullback here. We can make that out. So we'll see. Again, I'll check it in 45 minutes. We'll pull it off at some point, sauce it up, maybe, see what it tastes like. But this is where we're at now. All right, you guys, so the ribs are done. Quick recap. I cooked them unwrapped for 2.5 hours. At the 2.5 hour mark, I went ahead and wrapped them. You saw that I added some butter and a little more of the rib rub in the wrap, and that was it. I wrapped them, put them back on the Traeger at 250 degrees for 1 hour, and then I pulled them off. At that 1 hour mark, I went ahead and sauced it, and you could use whatever sauce you like. I just happen to have some hot and spicy from Head Country left over that I decided to use, but you can use whatever you can use whatever sauce you like. This is just what I happen to have on hand and go with. So you see we got some nice pullback. So at the 1 hour mark, I unwrapped them, pulled them off, and then I hit them with a little bit of sauce and just let it sit. I didn't put them back on the pit or anything. And that's what we're at now. So I'm actually going to take these ribs. Oh man, they cut really well. I'm gonna cut some of these up. We're gonna see what they look like and then see what they taste like. But they cut really, really well. I'll go ahead and just cut them all up now. Man, these are really, really tender. Ooh, hot, hot, hot. It's hot. So that's what we have here. We're gonna take a closer look at these ribs, see what they look like. All right, you guys, so I got these ribs cut up. That's what they look like here. Again, I did sprinkle a little bit more of that rub on the top. This is the side of the rib. So we got a nice smoke ring. As you can tell, it still has quite a bit of moisture in this rib. Nice pullback here on this bone where my thumb is at. So I think I'm gonna take this one. We're gonna take a bite of it and see what it tastes like. But look at that, tons of moisture. Plenty of moisture in this rib still. And nice smoke ring, so nice color. Let's see what this rub tastes like. All right, you guys, so we got this rib here. You see it there. Nice pull back on this bone. Well, my finger's probably covering it up, but you saw it earlier. We're gonna give it a taste and we're gonna see what this rub tastes like. So, salute. Nice bite. Look at that. Yeah, that rub, you guys, is really good. I'm picking up some salt. I'm picking up some heat. Now the heat might be from the barbecue sauce, since I used the hot and spicy head country. But even the hot and spicy head country isn't that hot. But the flavor of this rib, good gosh, I got to give it another bite. Perfect bite. Man. I'm all dirty. That's just a ton of flavor. You guys, I'm almost at a loss for words. That rub is excellent. This is the rib rub here from Swine Barbecue. Holy cow. This is probably, and I've got a whole cabinet. You guys can see it over here. A whole cabinet full of rubs. My island in my kitchen is completely covered in rubs. I've got rubs all over my kitchen counters. I've got, I can't even name how many rubs I have. I think this rub is the most flavorful rub that I've tried in a long time. It is excellent. I'm really digging it. Ken, thank you for sending this rub. It's freaking phenomenal. It truly is. I think this is going to become, this rib rub from Swine Barbecue is going to become one of my favorite rubs for pork. I've got a pork butt that I'm doing this weekend. I'm definitely putting this on there. You guys, I'm really kind of blown away about by how good this rub is. It's excellent. If you guys have followed me for a while, you know that I don't speak that highly of a lot of rubs. This one is good. I will leave a link in the show more section of this video to the website if you want to buy some. I get nothing from it, but it's a damn good rub. So I will leave a link below if you guys want to try it. Help Ken out. Again, he's a veteran. I love supporting veterans. I do it any chance that I can. But this rib rub at least, I haven't tried the other two, but this rib rub is freaking excellent. I'm truly digging this rub. So I think you guys would enjoy it too. Again, if you want to try it, I'll leave a link below. You can go and, order a bottle for yourself. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will see you guys next time. Take care.